entering the studios of Creative Conversations with Dr. C. You are entering the studios of Creative Conversations with Dr. C.
Welcome to the conversation.
Well, hello, my beautiful people. Thank you for joining me again with another conversation with Creative Conversations with Dr. C. I am Dr. C. I'm hoping that you all have had a wonderful, wonderful week. We're on Thursday. And as I told you in my last podcast, that we will be continuing these conversations. Tonight is another heart-wrenched, one heartfelt conversation that we're going to have tonight. I am so grateful to have all the authors that are in this new anthology come on and just talk about their reasonings for wanting to be a part of this the third book. Technically the second anthology. So this young lady that's going to be coming on, Miss Raquel Wells Williams, this is her second go around. So I'm equally excited to hear how she's evolved over the years. So I always tell people this is about evolution. This is about evolving. This is about engagement. This is about moving forward. As I've said plenty of times on this podcast and on this platform, that we're in a time now that we need to join together as one force. We need to make sure that we're incorporating love in all these conversations that we're having. So tonight's conversation is a really one that I'm so eager to hear and talk about, because her love letter is hilarious. The things that I've read in her love letter has me in stitches. So all I can say is please go and get the book, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. But without further ado, I'm going to bring on my beautiful cousin, all that good stuff, my sister, my little cousin, all that good stuff. We're going to bring her on so she can talk about her love letter. Well, hello, Miss Raquel Wells Williams. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Girl, I'm loving that dude. I'm loving that
Thank
too.
you. Yes, new hair.
Huh?
It's new hair.
A girl, new hair is always okay. You gotta jazz it up, jazz it up and make it something different. I ain't mad at you.
Yeah.
So I was telling the audience that this is your second.
So can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Okay, good. I can.
So I was telling the audience that this is my second go around with you in these anthologies, and I was explaining to them how I'm telling you have me in stitches with your love letters. And I say it's all about growth. It's all about evolving. It's about engagement. And we're in a time and a place right now that we need to really showcase love now, because we're in a time where we don't know if we're coming or going. So I'm equally excited just to talk about, again, why did you choose to do another second go around? And how have you transformed from last year to this year?
Ooh, there's a lot in that question. One word. This is my selfish era.
Okay.
I was always spoiled as a child, but most people associate being spoiled with materialistic things. But as an adult, I think I struggle more with taking care of me mentally, physically, spiritually, and I just have to keep reminding myself that I can't continue to take care of other people if I'm not 100% myself. So when you ask about, participating, that's like my tap on the shoulder to say, okay, Nikki, this might be that time for you to again look in the mirror, and reevaluate, reset. So
Yeah. I agree. And it's okay to be selfish. I tell people all the time, self-preservation is key. It's number one. You have to preserve yourself in order to be able to be any good to anybody else. So it's okay to be selfish. I tell people all day long, I'm good about going to dinner by myself. I'm good about going to the movies by myself because I'm taking the time to love on me. And it's okay because I've loved on so many other people in so many other arenas. And so now it's time for me to do that. We hold so many roles in so many positions as women.
we do.
And sometimes we always forget about us. And sometimes
We
we
do.
have to step back and say, you know what? It's time for me. And if you call it selfish, I said, I'm just loving on me. The more love I give from me, the more love I'm going to give to you. So let me love on myself for a few minutes. If that means I got to go in the bathroom, close the door, and tell the kids, look, I'm sitting in here just a woo-saw moment, and it's okay. And I really think it's healthy. It's a
It's
healthy
okay.
thing. It really is a healthy thing. Like I do it all the time. I say, you know what? At the end of the day, if I don't take care of me, then how can I take care of anybody else?
Exactly. And sometimes
So
we just need to give ourselves that permission.
yes,
Yeah.
I would agree.
Because it's easy to guilt trip yourself.
Hmm.
I don't know why we do it, but women just tend to jump in on that. Let me take care of
Hmm.
everybody else's role, and we just forget.
Yeah, and it's not that we try to do it all, do it consciously. It's just something that's just innate in our that says,
In our
I'm the
nature.
nurturer.
Yeah,
Right. It's in our nature that we're going to nurture somebody else, that we're going to make sure that we pour into them and we're not pouring into ourselves.
but that's
And
my happy
so,
place. When I'm making other people happy or making other
yes,
people comfortable, I find my purpose, and
yes,
that's my feel good space. Yeah.
yes. I agree. I totally agree. I had a conversation with a colleague of mine a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about how we pour into other people, and we always seem to have the dry spot. Right? We're so dried out, we don't know because we've given so much to everybody else. And I told her, I said, sometimes even if it's just 5 minutes of the day to just go stand in the mirror, because every morning, I tell you, every morning when I get up, I pray and I stand in the mirror and I have an affirmation for myself, even if it's just saying I'm
Mhm.
beautiful. Even though I got crust in my eyes, I'm feeling a hot mess, but I still have something to be grateful to say, you know what? I'm good today. I might not have it all, figured out at
Right. Yeah.
6:35 in the morning, but I'm gonna figure it out by the time I roll out and get in this car before I get to work,
And
right? So it's nothing wrong with really
people need
loving
to
our.
develop a relationship with the mirror.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I love my mirror. Me and my mirror have a real relationship, for real relationship. She tells
Yeah.
me everything, girl. This right here, this sagging. You might need to get that together. Oh, girlfriend, you look good today, even though you got crust in your eyes and look like you got a whole bunch of boogers up your nose, but you still look good, girl. You're still beautiful.
Yeah.
We have a
Yeah.
wonderful relationship, and the great thing about it is she talks back to me and I listen.
Yeah.
So it's a
Well,
wonderful relationship.
that's
I
the
do.
tangible item. We also have to have the metaphorical
Oh
mirror,
yeah, definitely.
where we self-evaluate. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one most people don't like and
Yeah,
cannot.
but you know what? How do you get better? I tell my staff all the time. I had somebody tell me not too long ago, well, I don't want the feedback. Well, how do you think you get better if you don't get feedback? You have to be able to be, you have to really stand in the mirror and stand in your stuff. Stand in
You have
your,
to
your
accept it.
stuff
Yeah,
and check
you have to be
yourself.
honest. Yeah, you
Yeah.
remember that was in my first love letter, and
Yes,
I
yes.
think I made a mention to it in this one, where
Hmm.
I say we're in the car and we pull down the
Yeah.
visor. Why do we do
Mhm.
that? You
Yeah,
know,
because
what type of validation are we really looking for when we pull down that sun
that
visor?
we still are in existence and
Yeah,
that we standing in purpose, and that even if nobody else sees it, I see it.
I see
So
it.
sometimes we just, that self evaluation, to look at self and say, you know what, even though this person don't see the value in me, I do. So
I
I'm gonna
see it.
make sure
Right.
I check myself every time I pull that visor down. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, girl, you doing all right.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I agree. I mean, sometimes we just have to take that moment and just really reflect. And I think these anthologies have allowed us to be able to self-reflect, like going back that year ago and seeing how much we
Mhm,
have grown.
mhm,
And I tell everybody in all these podcasts that I've done, this is podcast number 7 or 8 now. And I've always said, the purpose of these anthologies, or the purpose of us writing down our our thoughts and our wants and our desires and where we're at. Everybody's in a different journey. Everybody's
mhm.
not in the same lane, and that's okay. But
That's
I
right.
want you to be able to go back a year ago and now reflect on what's happened this year and see what have you done. It might not be a whole lot, but something is better than nothing. And so I'm hoping that these letters would allow people to see the growth, and also help somebody, because at the end of the day, if we can help one person, we've done our job, because there's a lot of people out here. I tell people we're still in the land of COVID. People still have the mindset of being closed in and don't want to share. And so I'm
Mhm.
hoping that these letters and these books will go out to those people who really understand that they're not by themselves. And mental health is a real thing. It's okay not to be okay. So I'm hoping that these letters will hit somebody and say, hey, you know what? As you said, looking in that visor, pulling it down. Oh, that person in that book looks just like me.
But when I was writing the letter,
Hmm.
I remember telling myself that I was writing to myself,
Hmm.
but I did try to remember that other people were going to be reading this, and I
Hmm.
wanted them to hear their girlfriend's voice, not
Hmm.
their own voices. You know how you
Hmm.
had that one girl who can always get your attention, that
Hmm.
friend, or not necessarily a relative or your mom or somebody that you're afraid of, but somebody that you have a genuine connection to, and they
Hmm.
know you.
Hmm.
And I felt like, okay, well, whoever reads this, I want them to hear that person.
Hmm.
So when you said I think you said it was funny.
Hmm. It was funny
Did
to me because I heard
did
my
you
I
hear
heard
me
my
saying
best.
it?
Yes, I can hear you saying it. Because I've heard your voice many years, but
I
I
hate my
felt
voice.
like you know but I felt like it was really really a girlfriend, like as if I was sitting across from my girlfriend at a table and we're having a conversation. We're
Yep.
having a day where we're just out and we're just talking and we're shooting the breeze and we're just doing our thing. But that's what you want to have, and that's what I heard.
Yep.
And I tell people I have the pleasure of really sitting down and reading these letters, and every time I read, I find something different in each one of them. Even as far as me going back last year and seeing, for those
No,
who
because I
this
couldn't remember when we wrote it. And I
it
was
may
like,
be here.
yeah, did I
Yeah.
write that?
Yes.
So it
Yeah, I
was,
remember you
yeah, I
sent it to me. You
appreciate
was
it.
like, did I really read? Yes, you did write that. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. So
So
it's
I
it's that
appreciate that.
aha moment.
Yeah.
It's an aha moment. And it's a good aha moment, be like,
Yep.
wow, like really? Was this me? Like, where was I sitting
Where
at?
was I at that time when I wrote that?
Yes. Hmm. And you sit back and you kind of try to gather those moments, like what was I going
Say
through,
that.
and what
Yeah.
what
What
made
was
me
I
say
thinking?
those things. And I remember reading one of the other authors, uh, Miss Phyllis Whitley,
Whitney.
and her love letter. It's actually a poem, and it says, "Do you remember?" And I had wrote my little piece up, and I was like, "Yep, I'm finna put the bow on this. I'm finna, yep, I'm getting ready to edit it." And then I read hers, and I said I scrapped the whole thing because it made me think. Do you remember when? Do you remember how this made you feel? Do you remember? And I'm like, wow, that is a strong statement. Do you remember? Because in order for us to remember, we have to remember certain parts of things that we don't want to remember in order for us to move to the next
Mm-hmm.
level.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I read hers, I was
Yeah.
like, I don't think I want this one. Let me sit down and really think about what I'm going to put pen to paper and be really honest about myself, because my last one, I saw the evolution and the evolvement in what I was a year ago.
Mhm.
and what where I'm at now. But when I read hers, that's why I said I have had the honor and the privilege and the pleasure of reading all your writing, and it makes me cry every time I think about how you all felt comfortable enough to really open yourselves up and say, "Here's my baby. I birthed it. I want you, and it just makes me feel good
Yeah.
that you guys entrusted me to do that. But every time I read these letters, oh my goodness, it just I'm about to cry. I'm a crybaby, but
No,
it
I'm
makes me feel good.
with you. I'm totally with you. I have a new
Mhm.
colleague that I actually shared my book with, and I was like, "Here, just take it, read it. It's gonna be something in there that you will like." And I'm waiting on her review because
Mhm.
I don't know. I like sharing it. Um,
Mhm.
the
I think
letters,
I think it's an
you
amazing
always can
way to
find something that is going
yes.
to resonate with you.
I would agree. And the thing about it is it's been out over a year and I'm still getting people. The last one I had, somebody bought it in Australia. So it's been global. When we first put it out last year, it went global the first week. So it's still hitting people. And so it's making a difference somewhere. And so I'm hoping that the same thing that happened last year will happen this year. So word of mouth, pass it on, give it to somebody, let them read it, and hopefully they will find something within those pages that will
Yeah,
resonate with them and make them think, hey, have you truly wrote a love letter to yourself?
to
And I tell
yourself.
people all the time, I'm like, nah, why would I write a love letter? Do you not love yourself? Most of the time when you say that, they're thinking about they're writing a love letter to their spouse, their boyfriend, their girlfriends, never to
Right,
them,
right, right.
right? And so I'm hoping that, like you said, it resonates with somebody and somebody will pass the baton as you did with your colleague, and she'll find something in there and then she'll give it to somebody, and it just becomes that automatic thing like,
No, she
we
better
really
give me back my book.
well tell her the bad one. Well, tell her to buy the new one. The new one is out. It came out
Exactly. But
on
if she seriously though, I've just thought about it. If she really does like it and there's something in it that she really wants, I have already decided I'm going to gift her a book and possibly the new one.
mhm,
With my book club here, or at home rather.
mhm.
Um, that's just one of those things we do. You buy a book,
Yeah.
gift a book, all that good stuff. And
Mhm.
I'm all about supporting and promoting my people. So
Yeah. Well, I thank you. I really do. I thank you for promoting this. This is truly a love. This is a movement for me. This is something that I tell people all the time. As you know, I own a publishing company, and so it's Allure Publishing. And I say it all the time, Allure Publishing is not about me. It's about other people being able to put pen to paper, allowing them to share their stories with the world. And so with you being able to gift it and promote, and that's it's again, it's not about me. The majority of the people that have been in these anthologies are not authors, but they are now. That was their first time ever putting pen to paper, and here you now are considered an author now. But that's my joy. Like you say, my joy is
and
not
it's
about me.
therapy. They don't
It's therapy.
understand
It
it's
is.
therapy.
Yeah,
It's
it
free.
it, it really is a piece of therapy when you do write. I always tell people writing is a legacy. You're leaving legacy for someone else to read your thoughts. And it's
Like
nobody.
your carbon footprint.
Yes. And
Yeah.
nobody can take that away because it's your voice. And so that's what we want to continue to do. We want to make sure that people are heard and they're not voiceless. Allure is a platform for those people who have want to,
I love
share.
that name. I don't know why. I love words. And
Mm,
allure just sounds so sophisticated. Have I ever told
mm.
you that? I
No,
never
you
told
have
you that.
not.
I
No,
love
you
it.
have not. But
Yeah.
you know what? Thank you for telling me that. And you know what? That was I didn't think about any other name of a company when I decided to open up the publish company. Allure was planted in my spirit, and I ran with it.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You did
So
good. I'm proud of you.
yeah, thank you. So I just again, like I said with the other authors that have come on, um, I want you to expound on your reasons for coming back this year, and then I'll allow you to share some things a piece of your letter, not all of it, because we want people to still go out and purchase the book, but also to we kind of talked briefly about some
Well,
things
I
that I
told
want.
you, it was just that selfish error.
Selfish error. And so, what have you
Hmm.
seen in the evolution from the last one and this one?
Hmm. Uh. Well, that one sentence that I just read. Stop thinking about the shoulda, woulda, couldas. Um. I want people to know that the past is just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's over and
Yeah.
done with. You know, I don't want to be morbid, but thinking about what a funeral is, you get to say goodbye, and it's like that closure, that formal end
Mm-hmm.
to whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Shoulda, woulda, couldas are dangerous because it puts you in a depressive state,
Mm-hmm.
and we can't be productive if we're constantly talking about what could have happened or what should have happened or what I might need to do to rectify something that clearly is
Mm-hmm.
over and done with. Um,
Right.
Moving forward, living life, being in the moment. Social media has corrupted us as a society, and you just you can't go anywhere without the cell phone, and it's like people miss so many moments that are
Mm-hmm.
so precious because they got to stop and put the camera to it or record it,
Mm-hmm.
or just family.
Right.
You see everybody at the table looking down at the cell phone because they want to be somewhere else. Okay, that in itself is creating a should have moment. You should
Mm-hmm.
not have been on your phone when you have your family right in front of you. Enjoy those moments. Be in the now. You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, my kids, my two smaller children, 17 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
Brady Mac is going to be a senior next year. He's leaving. We go to a restaurant today. That moment is going to be gone after an hour or so. I can't get that back. So
Mm-hmm.
when we're on our phones in that moment, I'm creating a shoulda, woulda, coulda moment because I should have been talking to him and not on Facebook or Instagram. Is it
Uh,
making sense?
oh
So
yeah,
my
definitely.
evolution and that selfishness is
Mm-hmm.
I want to be in the now with my kids because
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
nobody has a forever. Nobody has an
that's true.
always. So that part of my letter is
Yeah. And it's
I
interesting
guess.
because social media has, as you said, has corrupted a lot of what we are used to doing. Back in the day, you had the moments where you sat around the table and had conversations about your day, or Monday through Friday, you sitting at the table, you're having conversations. You definitely know on Sunday, we sitting down having a meal. And I do agree with you should never ever want to be in that shoulda moment. You should be doing it right now, creating those moments now.
Mhm.
That's why I say, your words
Don't just
leave
create the
legacy.
moment though. Enjoy the moment.
Enjoy it.
Be in
Exactly.
the moment. Be of the moment.
Of the moment.
And
Yes.
everybody ain't got to know about your moment.
Yeah, this is true. This is
you
so
know,
true. This is
that's
so
for
true.
it's for me to enjoy, me to absorb, and for
Hmm.
me to savor. These are my
Hmm.
kids and my husband.
Hmm.
So my friend down the street don't need to know that I went here and did this and had this on. No, that's
I
yeah.
agree.
I'm
I
selfish.
totally agree
Yeah.
with what you're saying. And it's, some valid points in there, because at the end of the day, that's why I so enjoy the fact that these are moments that you can always go back and look at. This is concrete. This is something that you can pull out and say, hey, you give it to your well, you got grandbabies now. You can give it to them when they're old enough.
I got grandbabies.
You got
I got
grandbabies.
2 grandbabies.
See, 2 of them, 2 grandbabies, right? So now
know.
you can go back and say, hey, this was what grandma did. And it's a living, breathing document where you can see that this is what grandma did. This is her words. And so I agree with the fact that we need to start living in the moment now, especially now with what we're going through in the administration that we're living in right now. These are the times that we need to pull together. These are the times that we need to love on one another. These are the times that we need to tell people we love them. These are the times that we need to pick up the phone and say, hey, I just called to say, make sure you was good. These are the times that we need to do them right now. And so I said on one of the podcasts that if anybody desires to do something with these anthologies, I'm going to continue to do them until I cannot do them anymore. This is a movement. This is something that I live for. This is what I want to leave in my legacy, that I help somebody be able to put their feelings on paper and let them again know that they're not by themselves, and I want it to be a now thing, a now movement. I want it to be known that this is something that is a love letter chronicles. These are chronicles. These are real people with real feelings, with things that are going on with them each and every day. I had a conversation about a month and a half ago, and they got the first book, and I was explaining to them the second anthology, and I was explaining to them I felt like I was an imposter, and they were like, what do you mean an imposter? And I said, not in the words that you think it is. I'm saying imposter meaning that I'm living for everybody else, right? But I'm not living for me. And so without me not living for me, I'm cutting myself off of where I should be at and what I could be doing. And so now with this new letter allows me to say that now I'm igniting a light in me. Now everybody can see this light that's shining in me. It's about me, and it's okay that I'm saying it's about me. I'm moving in a purpose that it's known for me. It's for me. And so I want people to see that light. And so I think as we continue to do these anthologies and continue to do these books, I want people to be able to go back 2-3 years and say, look, this is where I was at in 2023 or 24. And now here's is 2027. Oh my God, I see a big difference in what I've done and how I projected what I felt about me, and now people can see that. And so I'm excited about what these letters are going to do for people that are going to pick them up. And for those who have not picked them up, please pick them up and really dive in and see what the covers have inside. I want people to really understand that, again, this is something that we need to talk about. Again, mental health is a big thing.
Oh, yeah. May is Mental Health Month.
Yeah. And it's Mental Health Month. Yes, that's correct.
Yes.
And so I really want to close out this month, but we have another young lady that is who's a part of the love letters, who's going to be doing hers next month. But I definitely wanted to make sure that we had somebody talk about their love letter before the end of this month. And I think this is the reason why I say May is the reason why I try to get them in so that we can celebrate that this month and also be able to pull something together to make sure that they understand that we're here to support them. So without me saying, I want you to read just a little bit of your letter, and then you can expound on it just a little bit, and then we'll talk about some things that we've talked about offline going for next year.
Oh, let's see. Okay, well, so this one says, uninvite yourself to the parties. Accept that second chin. Keep using those filters and let them titties swing and bang in their Walmart bra.
So you understand why I was laughing, because I was like,
I'm gonna stop right there because I'm a second base.
Yes.
Yeah. So that first part, uninvite yourself to the parties. um, I do the social media thing, and I saw a post where it says, "You're really not wanted at everything you're invited to."
Mm-hmm.
And that to me says, well, I know I have a very large personality. I have a very dominant personality, and everybody can't deal with me. So I get a lot of invitations because I live in this little small fishbowl town, and people just want to social climb and they want to be associated with certain people. And I just happen to be one of those people. I don't know why, because people really don't like me. I'm brash and I'm sassy and I'm hard to deal with. But I want people to know it's okay to not go. You know, you don't have to accept every invitation that is extended to you, because sometimes that's all it is. It's just an invitation. They really don't want you there. All right. The next one is accept the second chin. You see it? Yeah, we got it. But guess what? Somebody out there like that second chin. You might
Mm-hmm.
not like it, but you don't know what somebody else's perception of you is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know what you got to do if you don't like it. Push back,
Mm-hmm.
self-discipline. I
Yep.
mean, and if you got some other avenues, do you, boo? It's okay.
Yep.
And that
Yep.
last thing about them titties swinging in that Walmart bra, I can't do Walmart bras. Y'all see, I ain't no salad eating chick. I like salad, but I like to eat. Food makes me happy.
Mm.
Walmart bras don't do it for me. Now, don't think that it's all about the bra. What that metaphor is for you to say, whatever you like, that's your happy place. It may
Yeah.
not work for other folks, and it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we swinging and banging over here, and I need for people to accept that, know that it's
Mm.
okay. Um, I can't do Victoria's Secret bras.
I understand.
They are name brand bra. I got to go where I know I'm going to support me. You see the
Mm-hmm.
metaphor?
Mm-hmm.
Walmart might be affordable, but that ain't what I need to be shopping if I know I can't get the support I need. You got to
Of
be
course.
honest with yourself. And I mean
Yes.
that part was just, yeah, that was comical. I got
Yeah,
that
it was
from
very comical.
someone that's
But
near and dear to me.
yeah. And you know what? I think when we have the ability to allow the authors to really read, because it's your voice, you know why you wrote it and you know the meanings behind it. When I read it, I literally hollered, but I
No.
understood. I literally hollered and I said, "Oh, yeah, I know exactly what she's talking about. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. And it's really truly about the support. It's about
Mhm.
the circle of people that you call your support system.
You
And
better
that's
come
the
on and
part that
know it.
people don't realize, that even though you might call me your girlfriend, but you just a girl and you really not my friend.
Mhm.
So we have
But
to
you know
choose
what? As
wisely.
women, it's hard for us to accept
Yeah.
when someone does not like us. I
Mhm.
don't know why we are like that,
Mhm.
but that was something I think I touched on in my first letter. I was
First one,
going
yes.
through one of those friend things
Mhm.
where
Mhm.
someone had told a girlfriend of mine something and she didn't address it by coming to me. She took it to everybody else but me,
Mhm.
and it tore me up. Okay, so this another situation happens similarly. My
Mhm.
growth, I handled it different,
Mhm.
much differently. I kept moving. I
Yeah.
did not let it stop me. Now it hurts,
Of course.
but when somebody don't want to deal with you, they just don't want to deal with you.
Mhm.
There's
Right.
nothing you can do about it. Um,
But that's the
be in the
evolution of
moment.
growth, right?
That's the
It's the
evolution. Yeah,
evolution of
you
growth.
you keep living, keep doing
Yeah.
you.
Because at the end of the day, again, you have to live for you and live for the
You
purpose
have
of
to
why
live for
you're
you.
here. And so I think that is a testament of how we see the growth. Even if it's just a little, we see the growth. And so again, I'm going to
Just a little.
continue to just a
Just
little. a little is better than nothing. You know what I'm saying? A little is better than
Then
nothing. So
nothing. Exactly.
yeah. So I truly just know that at the end of the day, I'm hoping that these books are saving some lives, and putting this out here to let
Mhm.
people know again that the support is here for them. And as I extended to the last podcast that I did, if you know anybody that wants to put pen to paper, push them my way, and we'll do what we have to do. But we did have conversations about something else. Do you want to talk about that?
I don't know. What do we talk about? You know,
We
I'm
talked
rambling.
about something about some kids and a book and all that good stuff. Do you want to talk a little bit about
I
that, or you
don't.
want to hold?
I don't. I had this one girl, and I think I may have shared it with you, so I wouldn't have to. Um, but right now, we have some big things going on in my little fishbowl town. I don't know if you
Yes,
know about
I see. I saw it. I saw
it.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
For the
Um,
Clarksdale. Excuse me, people out there in the land. We're talking about Clarksdale, Mississippi. So if you've seen Sinners, yeah.
yeah. I'm excited. I
Hmm.
have some kids who are ready, and I told you anytime I can get some kids to want to write, you might as well go ahead and put that S on my chest, give me my crowns and all
Hmm.
that pomp and circumstance.
Hmm.
Because to have young Black kids who
Hmm.
have a voice and they want their voices
Hmm.
heard through writing, we got to get behind them. We got to get up
Yeah.
under them. We got to be that wind beneath their wings. So I'm here for it. I appreciated you for planting that seed. And when I took it to the kids, I had 25 kids that was just like, okay, McWin, we ready. What we gonna do? And then there's one girl, like I was saying, she just come to my room every single day. I don't even teach her. So we ready?
Mm.
What we doing? You heard back? Like, okay, just give me a moment. We gotta do it the right way. So
Yeah. So
when
yeah.
you said it, we put it together, we're ready.
So do you want me to announce it, or do you want me to hold
Yeah,
tight?
you announced it. I'm gonna
Okay.
be your amen choir.
Oh, you gonna be my amen. So
Yeah.
if those out there who are currently tuning in, Miss Raquel Wells Williams is a teacher, and so we had a conversation about mental health, and about how our young people don't have an outlet and don't have a voice, but they want to be able to put pen to paper. And so I proposed to her a couple weeks ago that I want this next anthology that's going to come out is going to focus just on the children. And so I want them to be a part of this anthology. I want them to be heard. I want their voices to be heard. As Ms. Wells Williams indicated, it's important that we assist and make sure that we're behind these kids, because again, there's not enough programs and offered support for these kids who are out here, you know, don't know what's going on and don't have a way to have an outlet to put it somewhere. So I figured, hey, let's do it in the book. And
Let's do
so
it.
I'm
Let's do
excited.
it. Yeah.
I'm excited about doing this starting this fall. We're going to start taking 10th graders, 10th, 11th, and 12th. Is it 10th or 11th and 12th?
10
Which
through
one's it?
12.
10th through 12th
Mhm.
students to write their letters starting uh, August. I think you guys go back to school in August. Is it August? Can you hear
We
me?
do.
Okay, in
Mhm.
August. So we're going to take some students
I can.
10th through the 12th and allow them to write their own love letters. We've come
Yep.
up with a title. I think we came up with the title,
Drum
and
roll.
um, actually, I want to announce that later. I want to
Yeah,
be able to put it in some really pretty bold up stuff so that when we announce, so that's an invitation that we can come back closer to the time when the kids start back to school and we can announce
yeah,
the name of the book and announce when we'll start pushing it out to all the kids. But I'm excited
I am.
about this new project
Yeah,
that I am partnering up with Miss Raquel Wells Williams and her students. What's the name of the school?
I'm with it. I'm here for
What's
it.
the name?
Clarksdale
It,
High School.
what's the name of it again?
My school,
Uh huh.
Clarksdale High School.
Clarksdale High School. So we're
Hmm.
going to be taking those kids from 10th through 12th at Clarksdale High School. And they're, if they have never written before, they will be authors coming next year. So I'm excited
Well,
about announcing that
I
tonight.
can't say they
Well, some of them have already done
have
some stuff.
never, because we have this festival in Clarksdale called the Juke Joint Festival, and they do
Hmm.
writing contests. So we always push it. So yeah,
I
this
would
right
love to
here
go
is
to
going
that.
to be
When is
promoted
that one coming
as that
up?
they will be authors. It's always
So
that second Saturday in April. Always.
April, I would love to come to that because I can spin it so that the book can come out around the time that that festival hits.
I can even connect you with the coordinators of the writing contest,
Hmm.
and you could
Hmm.
possibly be a judge.
Okay.
It's big. They give out monetary prizes. They have a
Hmm.
great big reception. All
Hmm.
the artwork and the writing is displayed very
Hmm.
appropriately. I love it.
Okay. We definitely need to definitely join forces with that because I'm all about, I'm an educator too. So
Shout
I'm
out to
all of that.
Jennifer Ringo.
All right, Miss
Yeah,
Jennifer.
she's my
Go.
kindred spirit.
Yes. So I'm
Yeah.
excited about the announcement about doing this project with you. I cannot wait. Hello, Miss Bondo. How are you? Great that you joined us today. I
Hi,
appreciate you.
Patrice.
I appreciate you for joining us. I'm excited about that, but we will reconvene and we'll come back and we'll be able to announce the name of the book and kind of give out the some criterias along with that. But I'm excited,
I'm
truly
excited.
excited
Yeah.
about being a part of this with you,
Yeah.
alongside with you, being able maybe come down around the time that school starts to be able to meet some of the students and stuff like that. I would
Oh,
love to do that
definitely. Yeah.
because I'm excited about this. Like I'm excited about all the things that I do, but I'm really excited about putting this project into play. I'm so excited about it. So
Yeah.
we definitely need to, you know, join forces and figure out what that, strategically what that's going to look like. But I'm excited about it. I'm
I'm
excited about
excited
what
too.
that's going to
Yeah.
look like. Excited. So other than that, school is almost out for you. Is school out or is the second week of June? You guys are out.
Yeah, June 2nd is my last day
Okay.
officially for that calendar year.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
But you know me, I
Well,
check out in December.
yeah, I know you told
Yeah,
me that
it's
before.
all
And
about testing, 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 testing. Oh my
but
gosh.
if I don't say enough, I want to give you kudos as being a teacher because you guys don't get your kudos enough. You are shaping our future. And so I thank you for all that you do with our students, with our children, molding them and
Yeah.
being the best that they can be. So I thank you for doing what you do each and every day. So thank
I
you
do
so much.
not take it lightly.
Yeah. So I
I
thank
mean, if
you.
you go into the profession looking for the money, you've
It's not it.
already
Yeah.
done a
It's not
disservice.
it. No. That's already you've already checked out because you're not getting the money.
Right.
So so that's not it. If you're not in it for the love of the children and making sure that they grow and expand their knowledge band and their width, then you're in it for the wrong reason. So
Right.
I'm excited again about partnering with you and with these kids. I cannot wait to read their writings and
Oh
just
yeah, they
see.
good and zesty, honey. You're
Oh,
gonna love it. Yeah.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So yes. So outside of that, as I've always said, we're almost to the end of this broadcast, but never the end.
I've enjoyed the conversation.
I thank you for taking the time because I know you're at the, toward the end of the year and you're wrapping up things. So I thank you for taking your time out to sit and talk with me about your love letter and how it has allowed you to see who you are as an individual. And it's not about the name. We always got these titles. We're moms, we're spouses, we're girlfriends, we're aunts, we're all that. But at the end of the day, we're just us, and we have to be able to understand that role precedes everything else, because I got to know who I am in order to be able to fill the roles of all the rest of them.
Right.
So I thank you for taking the time out to being able to have the conversation. As I said, I'm going to keep on doing this until I can't do it any longer, until I have to pass the baton on to somebody else. But I'm going to keep on doing this and allowing people's voices to be heard. Even though people say we're not in COVID, we're still in COVID, and we still have mindsets of people that are trapped behind closed doors. So if I have the ability to be able to set forth these books and allow people to write their feelings on paper, I'm going to continue to do it. Allure is going to be that platform. Creative Conversations is going to be the platform for people to talk about those things. And some conversations might not be the conversation that you want to hear, but somebody else might need to hear it. So again, I thank you, Miss Wells Williams, for taking the time out to discuss your love letter. And I'm hoping that your girlfriend, who you passed that book on to, finds something in that resonates in her spirit, and then she can pass it on to somebody else. I'm going to show the
I'm sure
book.
she has.
I'm going to show the book so that people can actually have the ability to see what the book looks like. And please go out and purchase this book. Hold on one second. I'm going to show two books, two covers. So this is what it looks like in the front cover. Love Letter Chronicles Book 3, A Love Letter to You, Healing Through Writing. Self-explanatory. Again, you're leaving legacy, and we want you to leave legacy. You don't want anybody to try to tell your story. You have the ability to tell your own story. So this is the platform that we want you to have. I'm going to show another one really quickly. This is the other one. It did come out on May 21st. At the bottom of it shows all the authors on there. And again, I cannot say enough thanks and gratitude to all of the authors that are in this book. Again, being able to trust me with their words and putting it out in their own voices. So I thank you so much for all the authors that did participate in this book. Again, please go out and support those authors that are in the book. Allow them to know that you really value what they have to say, and pass it on to somebody, gift it to somebody. We know Mother's Day just passed, but hey, Mother's Day is every day. So if you got somebody,
you got Father's Day coming up.
We got and we have, yes,
yeah, and it's maybe they can, sit it in the bathroom, let them read it when
let them read. I mean, it's a quick read. But the thing about it is it's a very easy read. But the good thing is, what I'm finding too is that we're getting more men that are opening up and writing their letters. So I'm excited about that. So I'm hoping that I get more and more men.
Remember I told you my goal for the kids was to make sure I had more male participation.
Yes. And I think now that it's no longer a pushed under the rug conversation about mental health and men, because they got that stigma that they're supposed to be strong, they're not supposed to cry. We're finding more men are actually talking about it more openly, and as we get that, we want to make sure we keep that momentum to allow them to know that they have a space where they're safe and that they're able to put it down and not be judged. So
2 words: toxic masculinity.
Yes.
Google it.
Yes.
It's real.
It's real. Dangerous. Very much real. And if I can say, I'm going to shout out to my girl Pamela Coleman. She is a big person, an advocate of men's mental health. We've been on several podcasts together about talking about men's mental health. And I tell people, if we don't start talking about it, if we keep it bottled up and keep it behind closed doors, we're not helping the situation. We are promoting the dysfunction of our men. They have to grow up. And so what happens with them when they grow up? What do they do with that energy, right? So
Right.
I'm glad that we had two men to collaborate in this book this time, Royce Dixon Sr. and
Mhm.
Mark. I always mess up his name, but Mark knows.
He
I always mess
understands. He knows your heart.
Yeah, he knows my heart. But we had two of them, and I'm excited about them being able to put again pen to paper for Marcus. This is his second time. Royce is his first time, so I'm excited about that. So, but again,
We're
as
gonna get
we
Elias on in one of those books.
that'd
We're
be
gonna let
great.
him, yeah, let him do the
Maybe you're right.
foreword, or yeah, because
Hey,
he's
as
always
many.
on me about, you know, he's almost like my mirror. He is my
Mm,
voice of reason, like for real. I thank God that that person is in my orbit. Um,
mm-hmm,
he changed my life in so many different ways, even in his adulthood. He is
mm-hmm,
very, very much needed, and not just
mm-hmm,
because he's my son. He is
mm-hmm,
that person for me. Yeah.
mm-hmm. But you know, they always say boys' first loves is their moms. So that my son tells me that all the time. He says, "You know, you my first love." So that when you say he's in your
He is
orbit
different
for a reason, but
for a
he
reason.
loves you
God gave
unconditionally.
him to me. Yeah.
Yeah,
I wasn't
exactly.
but 16 when I got him, but God knew what I needed, and he's kept
That,
him here. Yeah, so you're gonna make me call him when I get off the phone.
well, you call him and tell him you love him. So,
Yeah.
but as we in this podcast, did you want to say something before we end it, and then I can close it out?
Well, thank you. I needed it.
Well, thank
It's
you, needed.
refreshing. I'm humbled, and God is good to me. God has been so good to me, even when I didn't have sense enough to be good to myself. As a surviving mental health patient, I hate stigmas, but I gotta say it because it's real. People always talk about their physical health.
Mhm.
Once your body leave and you got your mind, you can still maintain. But if your mind leave, your body going too. So yeah, take care of that mental health.
Yeah, it's a domino effect. Domino
Thank
effect.
you.
Domino effect. Yes, yes. No thanks is ever needed.
Yeah.
This is what I was meant to do, and I'm going to continue to do it until I can't have a breath in my body to do it. I'm going to teach somebody to do it for me, but until I can't do it anymore, I'm going to continue to do it. I'm going to keep
I
on
see
being.
the shade, Vet. I see it. Yeah, I got it.
Mm,
Yeah,
well,
you done did it several times. I just didn't acknowledge it, but yeah, I
yeah,
got it.
you got it. You got it.
I
Okay,
got
long as
it.
you got it. You got it. All
I
right.
wasn't gonna say
No,
nothing, but you
yeah,
was
yeah.
gonna keep on at it.
Long as you understand what I'm saying. Long as
I
you
love
understand.
you.
Um,
I love
thank you, Patrice Bondo. Yes, we thank you. We're
you.
gonna
Patrice, you
continue
gonna
to
call me tonight? Huh?
do. We're gonna continue to do what we doing as much as we can do. But before, as I'm closing out this podcast, we only got a few more minutes. As I always say, please check on your friends that you think are strong, because they need to know that they're loved. They need to
That's
know
it.
that they mean something,
That's it.
that they have purpose. As we've said so many times in all these podcasts, mental health is a real thing. And
It's a
so we
real
want to
thing.
make sure that they understand that they have purpose, and that they got somebody that's supporting them, that they know that they are loved, that they know that they can pick up the phone and it's not, oh, why are you calling me? And
Mm-hmm.
it's not that. We want to make sure that that we're there to support them, especially now in this climate that we're in. We don't know if we're coming or going. As I've said
Blow
so many
your ass from
times,
your
this is
elbow. Can I
the
say
time.
that?
This is the time that we need to pull together, whether we're family or not. We need to pull together. We
Yep.
have to make a united front, because we don't know where we're coming or we're going. We don't know if we're going to have a job today. We don't know if we're going to have a roof over our head. So we have to pull together in this time. And with doing that, we have to do it with the sense of love. And so
Right.
again, These love letters is something that I am going to do to the end. And so I want people to know that this is a movement. This is something that I'm passionate about. This is something that I'm going to keep on throwing out. If somebody listens to me, they're going to hear me. So I just want to make sure you guys know that I love you, that to continue to understand that you have purpose in life, that you are here for a reason, and your voice needs to be heard. Without your voice, it can be silenced. So we need to, as many people, to come out here, join this movement, pick up these books. There's something in these books for somebody. It's not just about the letters. It tells you how to write the letter. It tells you about what healing is. It tells you about what the steps are. I am not a therapist, but I have gone to see a therapist, so I understand those steps because I've done it. But I want you to know that I love you, and that you are always of importance to me, and that your word and your voice means a lot. So please take the time to pick up the phone and just say, and as Raquel mentioned,
You was going to call me Nikki.
Nikki, with, as Nikki mentioned, we have moved away from what it is, the importance of family and the importance of having engagement and staying off of social media and really having conversations face to face. Every now and then, let me touch you, let me smell you, let me see what you're looking like. Those are the things that we need to start doing. And so I'm hoping that these conversations that I have at least 2 to 3 times a month resonates in somebody, and somebody will know that somebody cares, and that somebody is me. So I thank you for joining in tonight. Thank you for those people that are out there watching. Please go out and get these books, whether it's 1, 2, or 3. Please pick them up, gift them to somebody who you know is struggling. Therapy works. Therapy works. Therapy works as long as you work with therapy. And so with that being said, I am going to close out this podcast and tell you I love you. And until next time on Creative Conversation, you be good to yourself, because if you're not good to yourself, you can't be good to anybody else. Without further ado, you have a great night, a great evening, a great upcoming weekend. And other words too, I forgot to mention it. We have a new Confessions of a Publisher book club that will do their first book club meeting on Saturday at 5 o'clock. So if you are an avid reader, please join in on that. And it's going to be on YouTube under Dr. Calinthia Miller. So please join in for that as well. But again, you all have a safe and wonderful evening and an upcoming weekend. Until next time on Creative Conversation, we're going to bid you good night. Love you.